directed by Tate Taylor. It is out now on PVOD in select theaters in select cities. Stars a plethora of actors and actresses. Jessica Chastain has the lead role. It also stars John Malkovich, Colin Farrell, Diana Silvers, Geena Davis, and Common, just to name a few. Ava is a deadly assassin who works for a Black Ops organization traveling the globe specializing in high-profile hits. When a job goes dangerously wrong, she is forced to fight for her own survival. Jessica Chastain, as I said, plays the lead role of Ava Faulkner in this movie, and she definitely brings a lot to the role in terms of, obviously, she's a great actress already, but she brings a lot of physicality and does a lot of her own stunt work. Seeing all of that is probably the only reason to watch this movie, because that is where the positives end. The rest of the movie is just about as listless as a rock. Everyone involved in this movie looks like they're going through the motions. Besides Jessica Chastain, every actor or actress in this movie is here just collecting a hefty paycheck because they're like 2 months behind on rent or they couldn't afford last week's groceries. It's just completely baffling to me how Colin Farrell goes from such a high with one of my favorite characters of the year in Coach when he was in The Gentleman to Artemis Fowl and this. He's definitely the one that's collecting his paycheck. The script is very generic. It acts as a smarter than the audience type of script when in reality it's just filled with cheesy dialogue and a Swiss cheese plot. The trailer spoils just about everything for this movie. I mean, if you've seen the trailer, you've seen the entire movie, so I have no harm in saying that Colin Farrell is the main villain of the movie, but his entire motivation in this movie just is probably one of the weakest villain motivations I've seen in a movie in a long time. It's just dumb. It's stupid. Colin Farrell, fire your goddamn agent, please. And surprisingly, despite being rated R for violence and language throughout, despite a few F-bombs, this movie never feels like it's rated R. It feels like it's a hard PG-13, because you never see the impact of bullets hitting people. You never see that blood spray out of them. You only see the aftermath when they're down on the ground and there's like a pool of blood around them, or maybe you'll see blood on Jessica Chastain's face or Colin Farrell's face, and that's probably the most blood you'll see in the movie. The violence in the movie feels very clean and very sanitized, except for maybe like 1 or 2 headshots here and there. But it was something that early on in the movie I caught on to, and I wasn't sure if they were going to fix it later on in the movie, and they never really do. It just felt safe. If Hollywood wants to continue to make female-driven action movies, they gotta do a better job than this, because Hollywood just seems confused as to what a female empowerment movie actually is. It is definitely not this. It is something that is going to make you feel something. It is something that is even going to make males like myself feel something for the main character. I felt nothing for this. What did this movie accomplish for anything? It just seems like Hollywood is so confused with that idea. They just think that by throwing a big name actress into a movie like this and say, oh hey, do your own stunts, that's enough. You don't need a great script, you don't need a great director, you don't need great action sequences. You just need a big name actress. When in reality, it can be any actress. And that female character can be the most fleshed out character. You need everything else in the movie to be surrounded by greatness and allow that female character to achieve her goals in ways that make sense. Not just throwing a big name actress at the screen and being like, hey, this is our idea of female empowerment, when in reality, that's not what it is. This movie doesn't feel empowering. Just because Jessica Chastain is in this movie and she's doing all of her own stunts and she's bringing a lot of the physicality, that doesn't make her character in this movie great. There's attempts to make her a character. I just didn't really resonate with it. And I feel like not a lot of people are. Jessica Chastain is just surrounded by noise in this movie because that's all this movie is. But the movie treats it as if it's some big, grand, female empowering action movie, and it's not. This idea that you just throw big name actresses onto the screen without doing anything to the character or the story or surrounding her is just plain embarrassing. I'm gonna say you will hate this movie as much as you hate stale popcorn. So guys, that's my review for Ava. I'm going to have a lot more reviews coming next week. Next week is October, so that's going to be kicking off my 2020 Halloween Spooktacular. I'm also working on trying to get an advanced screener for the Trial of the Chicago 7, and I'll probably review Enola Holmes as well. That's going to be a late review. If I don't, that's something I'm going to try and watch if I get around to it, so I might or might not have a review for that. But I'm definitely trying for the Trial of the Chicago 7, and I wonder what my first Spooktacular review could be on October 1st. It's going to be Casper. So look forward for those reviews coming very soon. I will leave my link to my website in the description below. Thank you for watching. My name is Alex Madden, and I'll see you at the movies somewhere.